Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. So welcome, Scorpio. Welcome to Mercury retrograde. I started doing your reading day before yesterday, and I recorded it on the wrong Zoom account, and so I got kicked out, and I don't know where that recording went. So whatever, here we are. Have to do it all over again, and I don't know. Maybe it'll be the same. Maybe it'll be different. So I do remember. I don't always remember readings, but I do remember that um, according to the reading, that there was a lot of there's a lot of healing going on for you. Um, and it felt to me like the healing was stuff that you were doing like for yourself, like a lot of internal kind of healing, spiritual healing, but it could also be like mental, emotional kind of healing as well. Um, it was weird because it felt like, or it feels like, whatever, that there was a complete shift in power because I'm trying to remember because the King of Wands showed up, and it was like in the past, this was somebody else who you had given power to. Um, and doesn't necessarily mean it was male, right? So it was like in the past, you were giving your power to somebody else, and they had power over you in particular ways, and it caused you to be a victim in a lot of different areas of your life. And felt like there was this, over, I don't remember what period of time, but it felt like there was a shift going on, and that now you were the King of Wands, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter, right? And it was like there was a lot of manipulation that had gone on in the past, like the the magician. The downside of the magician is about manipulation. So it felt to me like there was a lot of manipulation going on in the past that um that was causing you to not be in your own power. But the magician upright is about having all the tools you require to get things done. And so you were now becoming the magician. You were now becoming uh, the King of Wands. You're now becoming this person who was in charge of your life, having more power in your life. And so the Six of Cups was in the reading, I remember. And well, there's also the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a card that I use for fear of failure. It's ruled by Saturn. And so it was like all this stuff going on in your past where there was this sort of like fear of failure thing. And then like that was like shifting because then the sun was showing up in the future. So there was more like healing, there was more clarity. Um, just a lot of positive things are happening, right? In this very soul level, deep soul level kind of healing, shifting going on. And because it was happening on such a deep level, you may have been conscious of it, may have been it may be subconscious about the whole thing, but because the healing was happening on such a deep level, it's something that could really like, you could have like weird dreams, you could be having you know, like emotions kind of coming up out of nowhere, but they seem to be coming up in order for you to deal with them, right? For you to process them, for you to be able to let go of things, right? The Six of Cups is related to the past, but it's also a card that can be, in some decks, it's called pleasure. So in the past, right, there was all this victim stuff going on, but as you're moving forward, it's your life is having more like pleasure. So anyway, let's see what is happening today. Um, so this is like Scorpio, Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon, um, Scorpio sun, moon rising, all of that. If you like what you hear, click like, subscribe, share, all of that. Um, if I can get enough subscribers, then I can do live readings, and that's really what my goal is about. So I can do more personal kind of readings for people. I do actually do personal readings, one-on-one readings. That information is in the description, so you can check that out. All right. Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, Scorpio, sun, moon, rising. Let's see what's happening for Scorpio, sun, moon, rising. So this was meant to be about the retrograde, and I know I'm late, but whatever. My guides don't really care about that anyway. Um, they just tell you what you need to hear for what you need to hear. Sometimes it is related to the thing that I want to talk about, and sometimes it's related to what they want to talk about, and like for you, right? So we'll just see what Spirit wants to say for you today. Okay, Scorpio. What is happening for Scorpio, sun, moon, rising? Show me what is happening here for Scorpio, sun, moon, rising. All right. What do we say? King of Wands, right? King of Wands is about power. Um, and it's interesting because Scorpio, the ruling planet for Scorpio is Mars and also Pluto, but it's the same. Mars is also the ruling planet for Aries. So, like, I'm not really surprised King of Wands shows up, right? Because it is about your energy, your power, things like that, right? Um, and so this may show up connected to your job, career, stuff like that, right? But this has to do with money that you're putting out. And it may be like something that you're putting out a little money in order to get something else. But this kind of is usually connected to gratitude. In the other deck that I use, the Crowley deck, this is a card that has to do with things happening behind the scenes. And I'm not going to go into that. Just, we'll see how it's playing out here. So Um, Four of Swords is a card that can come up connected to vacation, but it's a timeout. Usually it's related to meditation, things like that. Spirit's telling me there's a blessing in disguise trying to happen. So I don't know if the Ten of Swords is going to show up. This is about a transformation here. This card it's justice, so it is related to also Libra. So there may very well be a Libra that shows up in your life, but this is related to courts, justice, legal matters, things like that, right? It is also it's balance, right? So there's a balance that is coming into your life. Whatever you're putting in is what you're getting out. Um, so King of Pentacles is sitting here. I vaguely remember that card showing up, but I don't know if it was for you. Um, so there can definitely be like money showing up around your life as well, especially if you're looking for legal things to be showing up. Um, so you're walking away from things. Eight of Cups is a card that talks about like walking away from things that no longer serve you. When I first started doing readings, I've been doing readings for like over 30 years now. When I first started doing readings, I used to use the Eight of Cups for kind of like an inward sort of a journey, right? And going inward to kind of see what was happening there. I don't know why it's coming up now. Um, you may want to look back because this card is connected to an eclipse. Um, that moon up there. So you may want to look and see when there was an eclipse, especially if there was an eclipse in a fire sign, because you do have temperance here. Temperance is connected to the sign of Sagittarius. And again, you have the fire sign up here, which could be Sagittarius too, but like it's like King of Wands is Aries, Sag, Leo. Technically, I use it for Leo. Um, because a lion is up there. Um, but anyway, it's something that there's a lot, it does have to do with walking away from people who had power over you, transformation. Again, cards related to healing. The Temperance card is a card based in alchemy. It is ruled by Sagittarius, like I said, right? But it's kind of about alchemy. It's about mixing two different things that don't necessarily go together and have it become a third thing, right? Like you can see this person, this angel here is standing on the land and also the water. Chariot card connected to the sign of Cancer, but Chariot card is also moving forward. When my camera is here. So this guy is in his chariot here and he's moving away from this city. So when I see the chariot card come up, a lot of times it can be travel. Sometimes um, it can be a change in home, right? And it's interesting because when the Four of Swords came up, I was talking about some sort of vacation thing, right? The Chariot card can be travel and usually travel connected to a different state. With these cards showing up here, right? Four of Swords, Temperance, Chariot, you may be going on some sort of a vacation or taking time out somehow or another in order to be able to heal, right? So whether you're actually going someplace, whether you're actually traveling, physically traveling, right? Like I said, this card is connected to the sign of Cancer. So you may be moving forward on an emotional level, and that's not a just, but it's like you may be moving forward emotionally and mentally, taking time out of your daily grind, right? Maybe not putting so much energy into your work, right? Because it's kind of a breadcrumb kind of a card, right? It's kind of based in gratitude, right? So it's about like, giving, it's like you have enough, so you're giving more. You're giving to somebody else kind of a situation, right? And another card about moving forward. There's a lot of cards here that are showing up that are connected to travel, right? Uh, let's see here. So you do have the Queen of Wands, which again is a card of power, right? You have like what do they call it? Divine counterparts. You have the Queen of Wands, King of Wands. Um, Spirit is telling me that the King of Wands is related to somebody else who has power, or somebody else who has had power over you. Um, but again, you're walking away from some kind of situation over here, right? And moving forward, this kind of talks about moving muddy emotions behind you. You can see the troubled water over here, and this person is moving forward into calmer shore, stuff like that, right? And it's like you are being guided, right, towards this other place. The Hermit card is also a card that is about an internal sort of um sort of an internal kind of journey. Right. So the Queen of Wands over here, right? These cards represent the past, these cards represent the future. This is sort of where you are now, right? And so there's all these major decisions, right? Or some sort of decisions anyway. You have the Lovers card, which is a conversation with yourself, internal and external sort of conversation. It's ruled by the sign of Gemini. If it is connected to a relationship, if I look at this in terms of a relationship, the Two of Swords, I use a Two of Swords for separation, right? It is a card that brings up choices, things like that, right? And it's interesting because in some decks, the Justice card, the person in the Justice card is blind, right? Like blind justice, right? And so, but anyway, you have this card here, Two of Swords, kind of separation, moving forward here, right? Transformation, all through transformation. You have the World card, which is also a card connected to completion of a cycle in a lot of ways. So they're very well be, it could very well be, and this feels very strongly to me, that there is some sort of an ending, and it may very well be an ending in terms of like a job, a career, something like that. Not necessarily in an ending in terms of a relationship, like an intimate kind of relationship. Especially because if you're over here with the King of Wands, King of Pentacles rather, and the Justice card, right? Justice and the World card. The World card to me is a card that talks about people. It is the World card. It is completion of the cycle. It's also a card that I use for recognition, people recognizing you for your talents, things like that. You have the Moon card here, which is about trusting your instincts. And instincts that are connected to your power, right? It talks about this is a lot of like psychic energy that is going on here, right? And own your own power psychically, right? And you starting to recognize really how much power you have, right? With the Queen of Wands. This is kind of the witch card, basically, the black cat there, right? So you could very well be leaving a place that is a company, right? And doing something more so for yourself, right? The way that I'm getting the information is that this is like something where you could very well be doing something for your own business, things like that, or something where you're leaving this company that, or something, it's just a job, you know. Um, it's like I'm doing this job and it's okay. There's like some benefits, maybe not enough. I'm not really feeling it right now, right? So it's like leaving this thing behind, right? Because it's no longer serving you, right? It got you to a certain place, right? There were some benefits, right? Not necessarily a lot, but there were some benefits. Right? But now you're moving on to something where you're actually able to do something that is feeding your spirit, something that is helping you to feel like you're more in control of your life, something where there's more creative energy. That's what I was looking for. Some place where you're able to create more, right? Whether you are working for another company and involved in something that is creative, it's something that's feeding your soul, feeding your spirit. Um, because you do this like subconscious thing here, and it's something that is giving you power, right? Something that makes you feel like you have power over here, right? And because you're going through this cycle of change over here, right? This is kind of represents a portal, So you're definitely going through this big change over here. It definitely feels like transformation, right? And I don't see cards that represent Scorpio per se, right? But it is about you. Um, but like I said, the other planet that represents Scorpio is Pluto, and Pluto is about transformation, right? In Scorpio, Pluto did just change signs, and Pluto is retrograde right now. Just went retrograde recently, so there's definitely going to be some sort of change in power in your life, some sort of transformation. So if you're not in this place yet, right, in this new job, in this new environment, in this new way of this new way of being, it's something that is coming like soon, right? It feels like it's coming like really soon because I'm getting this energy whereby by September 15th, um, it feels like you're going to be in a different, you're having a different experience in your life, right? And it doesn't mean that it's happening September 15th, but September 15th, it feels like things are done, right? So this is something where it feels like this um, transformation started around August 1st, and like it's been coming, right? It's been coming. Like it feels like this is a transformation that's been going on for like a 3-year time period. So what Spirit is telling me. So um, it's like this transformation has been coming, right? And it's like because you've been putting that energy out, right? It's like, oh, I want to be able to do something different. I want to be able to do something different, right? And so it's like you've been thinking that you're talking to yourself, but you're not. You're talking to the universe, right? All that. And so you may be sitting there thinking that nobody is listening to you, but spirit is listening to you. And it's really like the law of attraction, right? So whatever you put out is what you're going to get back, right? Which is really the justice card. Because you've been putting this energy out, putting this energy out, putting this energy out, and it's like repeating, it's like this message is on repeat out to the universe. And it's like I'm just going along doing my thing, but it's like I really wanted to be doing something different. I have this goal, dream, aspiration. I don't know where the star card is, but won't be surprised if that card shows up either. But it's like I want to be doing something more. I have this goals, dreams, aspirations. I don't know where the Three of Pentacles is, but the Three of Pentacles is related to what do you call it? Like life lessons, classes, training programs, things like that, on the job training situation, right? But it's also got this related building, things building up, building up. And that's what this energy feels like to me, is it you've been kind of doing along, putting one foot out, learning, right? Learning on the job and doing this thing, right? But also doing stuff outside of your job in order to be able to, like your own kind of learning, research, stuff like that, whether you're watching other YouTube videos or, reading books, however it is that you're getting the job done, right? It's like, it feels to me like there's been a lot of learning, like on your own somehow or another. And so it's like now the universe is like, you've been doing all of this work on yourself, right? So now it's time for you to make this move, right? And I don't think it's so mafia. It's like it's like something that you can't refuse. It's an offer that you can't refuse. It's like something that this opportunity is being presented to you, and it's like you can't really say no, right? Because whether it's the benefits, whether it's just, I really like doing this more than what this is over here, the transformation is there. And it's something that's going to bring so much joy, so much happiness into your heart that your heart is feeling full. So I won't be surprised if like the Ten of Cups shows up in the next layer. But you know, there's all this kind of stuff going on, right? And what do we say? Ten of Swords is sitting at the bottom of the deck, right? This is like an ending of a cycle. Um, it's a blessing in disguise. Um, It can be people talking about you, stabbing you in the back, stuff like that. Some people use it for that. This is kind of about stress, right? But it's a card that says that you have to make this move because for your health, really, right? And again, right, with the Temperance card over here, which is a card about healing, right? So for your health, making changes for your health, right? So there's that. Okay, what else is under there? There's a sun underneath the Ten of Swords too. And the Eight of Wands, which is things moving, things moving quickly. Yeah, definitely by the time we reach your birthday. All right. So let's look at this other deck and see if it has the messages, what they want to talk to us about. For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You can see in this spread so far that there's a lot of duality going on here, right? You have the Six of Pentacles up here, right? There's a scale. Justice, also scale. Two of Swords, right? Two swords. Lover's card, duality, right? Chariot card, the two Sphinxes, duality. Temperance card, the two cups, duality, right? So it's really about, you've been in this place of duality, right? In this place of a like, there's this, but I want this. I'm doing this, but I want this. Kind of juggling, right? And I feel like you have been divided, right, within your own self. So as you're moving forward here, you're becoming whole, right? You're becoming one inside of yourself, right? Completion of a cycle, right? So you're inside the Lover's card, right? The internal and external. And so it's like those two things becoming whole. That's what this feels like. So wish card sitting here. Nine of Cups, completion of a cycle. The wish card is not so much about, oh, I have this wish, right? But it is about whatever your mindset is, whatever your emotional output is, that's what you're going to get. That's the wish, right? So it is one of those things. Pay attention to what your emotional output is because you're manifesting it. And that's the other part about the magician, which showed up in the other reading that isn't here. The magician is about having all the tools that you require to get things done, but it is a card that says that you're manifesting things because it's magic, right? And you have the Queen of Wands there, which is the card of the witch. So you are in the process here of manifesting things. So whatever magic you're doing, whatever you're talking to the universe about, whatever your epiphanies are about, right? They're bringing you to this place. So Scorpio, Sun, moon, rising, Scorpio, sun, moon, rising. What else do we have to talk about here? Okay, let's see. All right, Ten of Wands, which is a card based on burdens. It's burdens, problems, responsibilities, but this card's a harvest, right? You can see in the back there, there's a house. So this guy is almost home, right? He's heading home. He's done, and this is what we're talking about, right? Is that you've done all this work, right? That's what that is, right? This is the sorrow. This is the Mercury retrograde, right? It's like it can feel like it can feel like during this time period, it can feel like things are really heavy, right? It's like, you know, going against the tide kind of a thing, right? Under the retrograde, you want to make sure that you are, dotting your I's, crossing your T's, right? The Three of Swords is also kind of about faith, right? You're moving forward, carrying these things, right? It's like I have faith that they're telling you keep faith, right? And because you can see, right, there are clouds, but clouds pass, right? So there is that. And we have the Hermit card twice, and we have the Lovers card, which again is connected to Gemini. So you want to be aware of Virgos, Geminis in your life, anything, right? Could be Sagittarians, also Cancers. Moon card is Pisces, Justice is Libra. King of Pentacles is an Earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, right? King of Wands, Aries, Sag, Leo. So these people may be showing up in your life, right? I mean, gonna have some sign showing up in your life, right? But let's kind of go through it. If there are Sagittarians running around in your life right now, Scorpio, I don't know. They feel like they're coming across as being aloof. I don't know if I would like trust them. They feel like they're having their own agenda, right? Which is probably one of the reasons why you have the Three of Swords, you have the Hermit card here, feeling alone, being alone, things like that, connected to these people, right? Chariot card is Cancer. And so if you're having this like Cancer person running around your life, um, you just want to be aware that you can't help people that don't really want help. If this person is like shut off, right? Cancer, Cancer is the crab, they live in a shell, right? So, if you're sitting here trying to help people, right? If you're sitting here trying to help this person and they're just, they're not really hearing you, right? Again, retrograde, right? Miscommunication, lack of communication, that whole kind of thing, right? So, you know, if you're dealing with this person, right, you have the Lovers card there, right? So it's like, I know this person needs help, but like they're not really accepting the help. It's like, right. So again, this thing here about feeling alone and, you know, take care of you right now, right? Just take care of you, right? If there's Libra showing up around your life, they may be showing up here in terms of teaching you something, right? And it may not necessarily be an easy lesson, but it feels to me like they're trying to teach you something, right? And maybe the legal system kind of being that, right? So if you're dealing with like legal system, stuff like that, it feels like it's being a little bit the word that I want to use is treacherous, but it's not really like bad. It's just like red tape and you got to go through the thing, whatever. But the outcome is going to be okay because you do have the King of Pentacles there. So King of Pentacles means that there will be some sort of, I want to call it like some sort of like financial reward, right? With the Six of Pentacles sitting over there, you may have to spend money in order to get bigger money, but it's there. So again, we have the Lovers card twice. This is Perseverance, Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, rather, right? Ten of Pentacles, money, finances, right? Then we have the Eight of Wands here, kind of communication. King of Pentacles twice. Nine of Swords, taking problems to bed with you at night. The Sun, sort of before, right? Clarity, healing, better days are coming. Okay, so you've been doing all this work, sitting at this place because there's money involved, right? But like I said, it looks to me like you're talking to somebody over here, whoever the King of Pentacles is. You're talking to this person wanting to get money, right? But it's like slow moving. Um, Three of Swords, solid lack of communication. So it's like, you're talking to people, trying to get things done. Nobody's hearing you. You're having all these ideas, all right, and it just feels to me like nobody has been really listening. So it's now you have to take it upon yourself, Hermit card, right? Now you have to take it upon yourself in order to make these decisions, right? Trusting your internal conversation, perseverance, right? And it's like you're taking all this stuff to bed with you at night, all this like stuff. It's like, oh, this is really gonna work, right? So now it's like move forward, right? If these people aren't listening to you and you really believe that you have this idea, run with it. Right, whether it involves, because there's somehow or another, communication is being your forte, right? Now, you have the Three of Swords here, right? Three of Swords is showed you the lack of communication, right? So what that implies here is that just because you're talking to these people and keep it PG, reel it in, reel it in, reel it in. Just because these people are not listening to you, or they're not understanding it, they're not getting it, that does not make it wrong, right? Just because they don't have the vision doesn't make it wrong, right? Because you have money that is connected to your communication, right? Your ideas. Eight of Wands is about writing, speaking, thinking, stuff like that, right? And you're not really liking this job anyway, right? Because it's not really going anywhere, right? It's like you may have reached the ceiling and where it is that you can go. Yeah, maybe it's like with Ten of Pentacles, maybe maybe you're making good money, right? But I really feel like that what this Three of Swords is saying is like that you're really worth more, right? Because the Ten of Pentacles here is about you wanting to make your mark on the world. The Ten of Pentacles is about well, like an inheritance. It's about wanting to what you're trying to leave on the world, stuff like that, right? And it's kind of can be connected to real estate, things like that, property, your home, things like that. So it's like it may very well be that you're having difficulty like paying for your home, right? And so it's like, or maybe you want to buy a house yourself, right? But somehow or another, you're making this move, or there's an opportunity being presented to you where you're able to make this move that's either going to get you the house that you want, or it's going to help you to pay for the house that you have, or the other, right? And it may very well be a second house. Um, with the Sun card here, the Chariot, the World card, there could very well be travel to like another country, right? Whether it is for a vacation, whether you've been astral projecting, thinking in your head, oh, I want to go here, I want to go here, right? Those things are starting to happen, right? And especially if these thoughts have been coming up around you over the course of the summertime, right? The Sun is about clarity, healing, things like that, right? Clarity that comes to the daytime, you have the moon, which is clarity that comes at night through your dreams, right? Sleep disturbance sitting here. The sun card is also about like going someplace warm, right? Um, you have the Six of Swords over here, which is like travel across water. So you do have all these cards here that are about movement somehow, right? So there's all these burdens sitting here, right? But you also have the Seven of Wands, which is a card about perseverance. This is a card where there's a lot of difficulty kind of coming at you. You're trying to defend yourself, right? So this is a card that's about conflict, right? But there's, you have the world card here. So there's completion of a conflict, right? There's clarity, there's healing connected to all this stuff, right? And the conflict may be something that you're dealing with yourself, right? Because the Lovers card is here, Gemini, internal, external, right? So and I'm just going to bring this up here because if you are actually in a relationship with somebody, right? And this can go either way. So let's talk about it. So if you're having these ideas about like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this. I've been having this idea for a really long time, and I really want to get this done. I want to get this done. And I'm seeing all these things coming into my life where it feels like it's like go time, right? And you've been gathering resources and things like that, right? And it's like I really feel like this is the thing, right? But you're with somebody and that person is a naysayer. They're holding you back, right? They're overly cautious about things, right? They're like counting the pennies and things like that, right? But you could have this like really big idea that could make you a lot of money. And I think it's like something that you're gonna have to do it. Whether you're staying with that person, not staying with that person, whether you're doing it anyway, even if they're saying no, whatever this is, it feels really big and it feels like it's time to be doing something new, something that could involve a risk. Um, like I don't have the Wheel of Fortune here. But it just feels like there's something big happening here, right? On the other side of that is that if you are the person who is kind of having what we would call a scarcity mentality, right? Watching your pennies, trying to be like overly cautious, right? And your partner is somebody that has this like really big idea, right? It would be really important for you to support them, right? Investigate something with them, believe what it is that they're talking about, believe in them because you're in a partnership. You know what I mean? And especially if this is something that has been a dream of theirs for a long time, right? They've been manifesting, and you're sitting there holding them back. Why? Why do you not believe in this person, right? Have they not believed in you, right? There's something that is coming up here with this situation. Like I said, by the end of September, right? I mean, you have the Hermit card here, you have that, which is ruled by Virgo, right? The end of August, the end of September. So something big is getting ready to happen here. And I think it's important that you're paying attention to your partner. And if somebody's not, and if you're with a partner and they're not paying attention to you, then maybe you're with the wrong person. Maybe you've been putting all this in, maybe they're the Cancer person, right? Maybe you've been putting all this energy into them, but it's like a black hole, right? Maybe they're just like take, 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 and don't know how to give, right? So, like I said, sorrow, miscommunication. It's also a third party thing, and Two of Swords, separation. There could be a breakup happening around here, especially with the World card, justice, right? Legal things. Could be a legal end of a relationship, whether it's a work relationship or whether it is somebody that you're in a intimate relationship with, right? And maybe you're in an apartment, right? But you leaving could be a good thing because this idea that you have putting energy into this thing, you could end up getting the house that you want. You could end up getting the life that you want, right? And don't be letting people hold you back right now. Okay. All right. And here's the magician. Right? You're sitting here, you're trying to manifest all this money, right? You've been putting all this energy into it. And there it is. Nine of Pentacles, self-sufficiency. Right? Nine of Cups, and you're right in the middle. There's your witch card. Right? Sorting things out. There's a lot of chaos going on here, right? Sort your priorities, right? A lot of chaos, right? You've been doing a lot of practicing things, right? Again, Six of Swords, right? Moving away from the chaos. Your wish is to move beyond the chaos, right? Don't get caught up in the chaos, right? Move beyond it, right? This is why we had the Six of Swords over here, right? Six of Swords, it shows you, right? This is the muddy emotions, right? Difficult emotions. And this is you, right? This is you in the boat, right? And you're being guided here. Spirit is guiding you. Calmer waters, new shores, right? Chariot card, moving forward, new shores, leaving behind all the crap, leaving behind things. Eight of cups, right? Leaving behind things that no longer serve you, right? They were okay before, now they're not, right? It was good while it lasted. We had a good run. Now it's not. You know, you were in this situation. Right. So Eight of Cups, right? It's like, you were involved in these cups, right? And now you're done with it. You learned what you needed to learn, right? Eights are about money. So I just got a text message from somebody, show up on my laptop. So yeah, so you're walking away from these things that no longer serve you, right? So at the bottom, the star card. Do we talk about that? The star card, I think that we did talk about the star card in a minute, right? I don't know. It was in my head. The star card is about like your goals, dreams, aspirations, right? There are eight stars here. The eight stars are connected to the strength card, your internal strength. You have the ability to get things done again, right? Your internal strength, not physical strength, your internal strength. Also connected to the magician, right? North Star, the star card is connected to your North Star. Again, right? Same as temperance, right? Own the earth and the water, two jugs, right? Transformation, right? The star card is connected to the sign of Aquarius, right? Every Aquarian that I know somehow or another is connected to writing. And again, communication, right? Writing, if you've been journaling things, having epiphanies through your journaling, right? Or if you're trying to write a book, something like that, right? Whatever your communication thing is about, right? This transformation that is happening here, right? Your goals, dreams, aspirations are sitting here. So That's what that is. I'm gonna pull a couple of other cards, see what else Spirit has to say about this particular thing. This is amazing. It's really, really amazing. It's like, it felt like things were going okay, then hit a rough patch, and then like, boom, like it's like you're moving forward into the unknown, into something, but it's like something that's amazing, right? I cannot stress that enough because you are transforming you. What are these cards? The Sun, again, justice, which is Libra. This is the period of adjustment that we're talking about before, right? Six of Cups that we're talking about before, pleasure, and transforming your friends, right? So you're in this transition here about whoever your friends are too, right? So this clarity around the people that you're hanging out with, right? Who are you going to keep? Who are you going to get rid of, right? When you change, right? And that's what Scorpio is, right? Scorpio is all about death and rebirth. They do it like constantly, right? Every year, at least, around the birthday, they go through this transformation, right? So, and we're heading toward your sign. So you're getting more clarity, you're healing about who you are, right? Transformation and looking for pleasure, right? This card, Six of Cups, right? People from the past, but also your friends, things like that. This card is called pleasure in this deck. So what is that? This is the Six of Pentacles that was showing up before, right? It reminds me of a boardroom. Right. So when this guy shows up, which it did before, right? So Spirit wanted us to talk about this guy. So here we are. So it reminds me of a boardroom, but it's a spiritual boardroom. And when I see this guy show up, it tells me that whoever your guides are, they're in the background, they're in this boardroom, and they say, hey, what does Scorpio need today? Where are they trying to get to? How can we support them? How do we pull strings in order to get things done? Right. So there are things that are happening in the background. Again, there's your wish card, Nine of Cups. There's the Strength card, right? I mean, I just shuffled these cards and, Ace of Swords down the bottom, Epiphanies, new ideas that we talked about before. So good luck with all of that. You're moving into like really a transformation over the next few weeks. It just feels to me so amazing. I don't know why I'm being English. I want to be late. It's going to be so bloody amazing. I don't know if you're in England, going to England, I don't know what that's all about. But maybe you have English guides, who knows? But anyway, that's what we have time for today. So good luck with all of that. Where's my self-reporting button? Here we are. Thank you again. If you like what you heard, saw, whatever, click like, subscribe, share, right? And leave a comment about how this plays out in your life. Right? That would be really helpful because, well, I just want to know how things are working out for you. So, all right. Thank you. Ciao.